welcome to episode 8 of the Gather in Place podcast.
You got it right this time.
You got it right this time, yeah. I am Joe Seaman, a real estate agent here in the Augusta, South Carolina area. And I get that look all the time because it's actually Augusta, Georgia, and Aiken, South Carolina. But I am a real estate agent here in the CSRA,
which stands for
Central Savannah
River
Area. But anyways, I'm a real estate agent here, and this is my lovely bride.
Hope. I don't know what I do. I just do everything. I don't know.
You keep it all together.
I guess that was an awkward intro, but welcome.
Yeah, it was not. It was all good. So anyways, we're on episode 8, and we're super excited to be here. We have lots to talk about. So
a lot.
Our last episode when you and I were together, we were talking about I think 5 weeks post-op from having an ostomy bag put on.
Yes. And where are we at now?
And then so now we're 5 months into post-op that my doctors, if y'all are listening or watching, y'all told me 4 to 6 weeks with this thing, and we're in month 5. So
the benefits of that have been...
It has been amazing. It's not been near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You've actually embraced quite a bit of it.
Yeah, and so it's not been bad.
I mean, I've just lived with you through it. I've not actually experienced it, so I probably shouldn't say that. But from our perspective as family and supporters, I feel like you have just rolled with it and just rocked it. Like, it was really not as complicated as you thought.
Yeah. What other options?
You didn't have another option, but you've gone to see the good stuff in it. So there have been a lot of positives, and you've just really made sure that your focus was on that and not the negative.
Yeah.
And when you do go in little tunnels every once in a while,
I get flustered and frustrated.
Every once in a while.
Every now and then.
But that's where I'm like, hello, look at where we are. I mean, yes, it's been 5 months, but you kind of went from, we're just going to get a little bit of inflammation out, and then we'll do a resection, to you have 0 inflammation.
0. Just got the news yesterday.
And so...
Yeah, that there's 0 inflammation.
So you're going to start
0
from scratch.
Disease, 0
that's
nothing
really
going
cool.
on.
So the surgery's going to look a little different.
Yeah, it has been pretty good.
Yeah.
I think going into it, right before I had the surgery, I made a few phone calls to different people that I knew have had this surgery.
That was a lot of words.
Who did this surgery before?
Who had the surgery?
So I made a few phone calls to them, talked to them, and it was kind of all over the spectrum,
Yeah.
Some were like...
Some scared you to death.
Scared me, had me on my deathbed.
Well,
and then others were, it's not that bad, but you're not going to be able to wear, tight-fitting shirts you like to wear anymore, Joe. And so it was just kind of,
But you embraced it. And
yeah, I just,
good stuff.
as far as like clothes, I went up a size.
Yeah.
And
so
actually,
when this is over, you're going to have to buy new clothes.
Probably so. But,
you did that on purpose.
But I went up a size. But yesterday, I was at a listing appointment and actually was sitting down with the seller, and she's a nurse, and so she was in the gastro space when she was a nurse.
Cool.
And so I thought that was cool, number one. Number two, I told her what had going on with me, and she was like, I'm normally able to pick it up on people, and I can't tell that you even have a bag on. So,
well, you've learned to just introduce it into the conversation a lot easier too. It's like, I think in the beginning you were just a little bit more guarded with it, but now it's like, hey, this is what I have. I mean, we have a really good friend that she pretty much explained it to. She would just walk into a room and introduce herself, and she'd be like, look, I have this. It has its own language, talks when it wants to talk, and this is where we are.
Yeah.
And you kind of embrace that, especially here towards the end of it.
Yeah. And so, the bad stuff, there's not really been too many bad things.
No, you did tell me that if you could create a bag, it would be crinkle free.
Yeah, because
the crinkle noise.
Every now and then you kind of hear it, and it sounds almost like you're wearing a diaper. Kids wearing diapers, and they kind of crinkle around a little bit. So that's the only thing that...
But they do make things that you can wear, and you just choose not to, that kind of muffle. You don't like wearing that stuff. So, I mean,
I don't
it
like
is.
being confound.
Confound. You don't like being confound?
Confound.
Confined.
Yeah, I don't like being confined. So,
Oh, gosh.
but no, it's not been bad at all. Like I said, we had any and everything. Like, Joe,
Well,
it's not so bad to,
let's
you're
talk
going to hate
about-
this thing.
Let's talk about the things you're getting to eat right now.
Oh, yeah, I eat pretty much whatever I want to eat.
Well, not just that. You've become addicted to hot sauce.
Love hot sauce. Just got finished with a chicken biscuit and had Texas Pete. It can't be any hot sauce. It has to be Texas Pete hot sauce.
Well, that's probably true, but anything hot he wants to eat.
I love it,
and
yeah.
You,
Love
for
it. I've not
years,
been able to have hot anything,
No.
even like salsa at the Mexican restaurant. Couldn't even tolerate it because it was
Yeah.
too spicy. It would tear my stomach up.
So now it's a running joke in the family.
Love
Dad
it.
orders everything
Yeah.
that's hot. So
everything that's
it's pretty
hot,
cool.
like dousing my chicken fingers.
You carry a bottle of Texas Pete around with you now.
I have a bottle
Is
of
it
hot sauce.
What did you just say?
Texas Pete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Texas Pete.
Texas
carry
Pete.
that around
Yep,
with you.
it's with me. So, but anyways, yes,
so
I'm
weird.
having a lot of fun with what I'm eating.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know it's like a short span because I'm not typically like a terrible eater. Hope's giving me the eyeballs over here, but
He's not. He's just a sweetaholic.
used to. But even that has been really
No,
curbed.
probably
you know?
because you get to eat hot sauce. So
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
whatever. But yes.
Yeah. So,
We don't eat bad when we cook.
Right.
We eat bad when we order out.
yeah, and so we've had a lot of fun
Mm-hmm.
with food. So, and Drew's been along for the ride.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all check out our
Wow.
Tasty Tuesdays with Joe and Drew. Little
I'm
plug
just
for
really
that.
wondering when I'm getting the invite.
Mm-hmm.
I got invited one time, but it was like, hey, you want to go do this? I mean, it was not a day I was prepared.
Yeah.
I was here at work, and I missed my opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Now they go everywhere, and I hear about these wonderful restaurants, and I'm like, I wouldn't know. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Okay, back to the conversation.
Okay. So, anyways, got really good news yesterday
Yes.
that
Super excited.
zero inflammation, and then gave me the thumbs up and referral to have this resection surgery. So I'm very excited about that. And
Okay, I want to say to you there too. So not only did you get that, but your original surgeon
Mm-hmm.
that did the surgery, she's no longer at the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and we can't seem to find where she went. So I'm gonna talk about another way how you just like rolled with it, because I would be spazzing out over here because I'm like, well, she did it. She needs to finish. Like, not that sounded wrong. Doesn't need to finish. You just want the same physician to finish, but you've rolled with that too. So you're going to go back to one of your previous surgeons, and you feel confident with that, and you just rolled with it, and you hadn't stressed, which I think is pretty cool because I'm
yeah,
a
I mean,
stressor.
here's the thing. In life, you can get all upset about something and really not even change the outcome
Right.
of it, or you just roll with it, because
Yeah.
if you just roll with it and not think so negatively or badly about it, then the outcome is typically going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Either way.
Right.
But you could crawl in a hole and just curl up and just think the world's coming to an end, or roll with the punches.
Yeah.
And I like dealing with just rolling with the punches a whole lot better. So I will tell you that the other day someone asked me like, because who was it? I'm trying to remember. Anyway,
It's been a crazy week. I don't know.
it's
how
been
to
a
remember
wild week.
anything.
Yes.
Anything.
But the other day somebody was asking me, like, what's the worst things that's happened with you having this bag on? And, you hear of all these stories of people, their bag busting open,
Ooh.
or, I was getting the MRI. So that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
So they had kind of gross, but they were given an MRI, and the person's bag sprung a leak while they were giving the MRI. So they had the cleanup crew come in, and so anyways, it was
Bless
I
their
felt terrible for the
hearts.
patient because I can only imagine the embarrassment. But
Yeah, but I mean, they're
Anyways,
in the medical field. So
they're
I'm
in
sure
it
they've
was
seen that
no big deal.
before.
But anyways, I would say, like, I told him, I said, I've only had one kind of incident to where I came to the office early, was going to go to a closing across the street there, and ran in the bathroom, used the bathroom, and as I was zipping my pants up, it caught. Remember?
Oh, I
and
remember that. And you had to run home.
It
and
sprung a leak,
change.
so I had to run home, called everybody that was going to be in the closing. I'm like, hey, I am so sorry, but this is what's just happened. Literally walking out the door to go across the street to the closing, but had to run home and change instead. So That's the
Oh,
one
that
and
was the
only
only
thing.
thing.
And then the other thing that I told him, I was like, you know, the one other thing is that I've not had a solid night's sleep since February because, you know, I have to get up 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5 times
That's
a night.
if we can master you eating at 4 or 5, which we can't seem to
Yeah,
master.
but I still have to get up at least once or twice, even when we eat early like that. So I've not had a solid night's sleep, and I can sleep through the night normally.
Yeah.
But that was probably the worst thing, is just not being able to sleep all night. So I'm interested to see when it comes off, how
Yeah.
long it takes me to.
You've been a trooper. I'm even down to like we've gone to the beach several times this summer with family, and I kind of just like I was more nervous for you in those settings because I was just worried about, you know, I just want you to be comfortable. I don't want you. Sometimes there were other family members there that, you know, we don't talk to on the regular that see that kind of situation, but I was probably more nervous than you were, and you just were like, this is what it is. Here we go. And I remember like the first time I saw you on the beach and you were just like, this is where I'm at. And I'm going, okay, all right. Because I had prepared myself. Like I was going to be like a shield and like I was going to do all this stuff. And he was just, I'm here. This is a part of me. We're going to keep rolling. And
Yeah.
there's like no shame, which I think is cool. Because there's really shouldn't be shame. There shouldn't be. And like, that's what we hope with you guys that do listen to this, if this is someone that you know or someone that you yourself have gone through, like there's no shame in it. It's literally changed his life. He said several times he wished he'd done it sooner, and he gets to start from scratch when this is all over, and go from there. So
Yep. I mean, you know, why hide it?
yeah,
Honestly.
I felt like that in the beginning, but I don't think in the very beginning you were ready for that. But now you are.
Yeah.
The very beginning you've taken baby steps, and then you just jumped ahead of me in your thought process. So
But I mean, you have to get in the water, or you want to
You
get
have
in the
to.
water. Like
It's
I love
hot.
the
It's
ocean
just,
water.
like, so hot.
I love
So,
getting in the water, and so you know, there's no really like why hide it. Now, whenever we are like sitting around and all that, I do just kind of throw my shirt over it.
well, yeah,
but it's just kind of like my shirt sitting there. But I love
Yeah.
to be outside around, you know, at the beach or the water with my shirt off and stuff like
haven't
that.
missed
So
a beat.
haven't really missed a beat. So, but that's about it.
Yep.
That's about it. So within the next, I would say, 4
Month or
weeks or so, be getting everything put all back together.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say that's a liquid diet for like 8 weeks.
Yeah. I guess
So-
we're all going. You're going on a liquid diet, Drew.
Better-
Sorry,
we need to
Casey,
we need to pre-record lots of Tasty Tuesdays. Okay, so it's gonna be a
Or hey, I can join the show. You could just be
Mm-hmm.
like, well, no, that would be mean. That would be mean. Oh yeah, pre-record. Yes, whatever.
Yeah. But anyways, it's not bad.
It might
if-
just be the Drew Tasty Tuesday
Yeah.
show for a couple weeks.
Maybe.
Bless it.
So, but anyways, it's not been bad. It's not been near as bad as I thought. I really thought like, oh God, this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be terrible. But I just don't. You know, you've said it before. Like nothing really gets in my way and stops me.
No.
So it is what it is, and just roll with it. You know, and just don't let
You
anything.
did give yourself 2 weeks. I think we've said that in a previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
He gave himself 2 weeks and to just get used to it. I mean, Rome was not built in a day. This has been a process. This has been a 5-month process.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time it's over, it's going to be looking more like 6 months. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what? There are people that do not have the opportunity either to just have it for 6 months. So there's always a silver lining, and
Very
I
fortunate.
try to live there as much as I can.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, and I can't wait to eat just a real good, like, I love a good salad. And
Yeah,
that's just
there's
one
been
thing
some
that I've had to
things.
stay away from.
Broccoli.
Yeah. I love all that. I love
Yeah.
vegetables, period.
And it's the season of vegetables, so
Yeah. And,
there's that too.
but I love a good salad. Like, I would eat salad 5 days a week. But at the current time, it's hard to process and all that, whatever your word you want to say, digest, whatever. It's hard to do all that. We don't want anything getting stuck in that little track. And so I got to stay away from all the raw vegetables and stuff like that. And I cannot wait. Oh, God. I cannot wait. So we're going to have a world tour of Tasty Tuesdays on just what salads around town to eat.
Get
So,
ready, Drew.
yeah,
Bless his
I
heart.
love it. So.
He likes the fried chicken and the French fries part of it.
Yeah, but anyways, it's not been bad. If you or anyone else is dealing with it, please feel free to reach out with me or to me, because it's not been bad. A lot of it deals with, goes back to my mindset, which we'll cover in another episode. But it's just all about mindset. This is what you're dealing with. This is what's in front of you. So just, peel the Band-Aid off, or just go with it. It's
and
just
one thing we're going to really try, like we've talked to his gastro doctor, and he said one of the things that would be helpful when you come out of this is to embrace a Mediterranean style way of eating, which we've kind of dabbled with over the years, and even more so recently. And it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And so, enjoy your fried chicken now.
I know, right?
Because we're about to switch that up. And we'll just kind of go from there, which, try to just make it, you are starting at a blank slate, so we're going to try to keep you there.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Cool.
All right.
Cool. So that's been this
being
episode,
said,
episode number 8.
It is.
So
it is.
It's been fun. So
Yes.
I love this. Hoping I have lots of words to get out.
A lot.
And so we're never short on words. And if you threw our kids in there, it's almost like we fight to who's going to speak. And then I know one of our kids gets so frustrated because he likes to talk a lot. And then if we're having
They're
conversation,
trying to figure out which one that is.
he's like,
2 of the 3.
he's like, I wasn't finished. And we're like, but you've been talking for 6 minutes total. Like,
Bless it.
let us interject. But anyways, we like to talk, and so this is like one of my favorite things to do is this podcast, coming in here to the podcast room and doing it, and it's been fun. So, but this is episode 8. Again, I am Joe Seaman, real estate agent here in the Augusta, Georgia area, Aiken, South Carolina. This is my lovely bride, Hope, and we will catch y'all on the next episode. See y'all.